This might just be the coziest fall getaway in Canada. We've spent the past few days tucked away in Quebec's Laurentians region, soaking in thermal spas, hiking through golden forests, and ending every night with good food and great views. In this video, we're taking you along for the slow, scenic side of autumn and showing you why this peaceful pocket of Quebec needs to be on your fall bucket list. Just under 2 hours north of Montreal, the Laurentians feel like another world, especially in the fall. We started our 4-day getaway by checking into Estérel Resort, a lakeside escape surrounded by color, calm, and cozy vibes right from the start. This resort is incredible. We checked in yesterday afternoon, toured their impressive wine cellar, which they do offer tastings as well. Danny and I don't drink, but they have an amazing collection. And then we had such a delicious dinner at Le Voilier. It was a 3-course experience from the charcuterie, trout, pork loin, and of course a creme brulee to finish it off. And now today is all about relaxation. Starting with the thermal experience here, there's several different hot tubs. There's also a barrel sauna on the lake, which then we will be paddling out onto afterwards on either a kayak, stand-up paddle, or Danny has mentioned the pedal boat. So in one of those forms, we'll be out there enjoying this beautiful property and experiencing the fall foliage.
What trip to a Canadian spa would be complete without a thermal Nordic experience? And as we know, those start with our sauna.
The thermal cycle begins with 15 minutes of heat to fully warm up the body, before moving into the second step, which is a much tougher challenge.
All right, now that I'm nice and warm, it's time to go hit up the cold plunge.
Danny has gotten pretty good at these over the years, so he handled the quick dip in the chilly water like a champ. Then, thankfully, it was time for the final step in the thermal cycle, warming back up in the hot tub before easing back into the rest of the day.
This has been such a perfect morning.
So relaxing.
The lake, the spa, and now...
Food?
Food. Beautiful picnic.
This is my falafel, which means this should be your chicken Caesar wrap.
Love it. Look at that. Ah, so good.
So we're just gonna enjoy our lunch with this beautiful lakeside view, and then we get to paddle out on it. With Estérel Resort located right on the lake, there are so many ways to enjoy the water. From scenic hiking trails to kayaking, it's really a choose-your-own-adventure kind of place. And being from Hawaii, we naturally went with paddleboards. We have been staring out at this beautiful lake since we arrived from our room, from the hot tub, from our picnic today, and we are finally now getting a chance to paddle out on the water. I think we're gonna head off down the lake this way and just check out the beautiful fall foliage and enjoy this area from a whole new perspective. Paddleboarding here felt like the perfect way to slow down. The lake was calm, the trees were showing off, and for a while it was just us and the water. While there is so much to do and see in this region, one of the best things about the Laurentians is that it's also the perfect place just to relax, float, and take it all in. We spent the rest of the afternoon enjoying the lake, finally paddling in just before sunset. That was so nice being out on the water. It is now time for dinner though. While we're getting changed and cleaned up, I'm gonna toss to Leanne from yesterday to give you a full room tour. So I'm sure future Leanne is having a great day, either paddling out on the lake or enjoying the heated pool, but I wanted to give you a room tour because all of the rooms here at Estérel are called studios, and for good reason. So they all come with these amazing kitchenettes, complete with a microwave, toaster oven, mini fridge, plates, cutlery, everything you could imagine. There's also a special feature next to the kitchenette right here, which I'm gonna turn the dial. And you'll see what that does in just a moment. But we have our dining area here. It seats 4, and then after dinner, you can come into the living space, which actually converts from this type of seating, and you can remove these and curl up on the couch, watch a movie. Then we have this nice big rocking chair here, which is super comfortable, but Danny has already claimed this one, I think, for himself. And it puts us right next to that little switch that I turned earlier, the fireplace. Every room at Estérel has a fireplace. Is the centerpiece of it, and it makes it so cozy. But it also serves to separate the living room from the bedroom. So this is so cozy to have it on both sides, no matter where you are. Beautiful bedroom, lots of closet space, the view, which we'll show you in just a moment. But I wanted to show you the bathroom because it's really incredible. We have robes and sinks and showers, of course, toilet, but the highlight, look how beautiful this tub is, and it comes with a tray. Danny is over the moon. He loves his hubby tubby time, is what we call it. And now for possibly the best part, the view over the lake. Check this out, the reflections, the fall foliage. I can't imagine a more beautiful place. So back to Danny and Leanne in the future, who I'm sure are enjoying all of this. This has been such a wonderful stay here, and for our last night we are dining at Rock, which has a really cool concept which we'll show you in just a bit. But first, mocktails. I went with a tropical sunrise, like super fruity, but it also has the spicy pineapple juice, which gives it a little bit of a kick, but I love it. And then Danny went with a melon mint lime concoction, and he said it tastes just like a Jolly Rancher. Appetizers just arrived, and I am so excited. Check out this crab cake, it looks delicious. And then Danny has a creamy onion soup. So they just brought over our main course. We went with the surf and turf platter. The thing that sets Rock apart from all the other restaurants is they have a hot stone that you actually get to cook on. So the instructions that we were given is to take one of the pieces of either meat or fish or cheese, sear it first, and then put it to the side, cut it, and then as you go, kind of finish it off so it's nice and hot. So I think I'm gonna start with a shrimp. And to finish off our 3-course meal, it came with 2 desserts. We have a chocolate mousse and a strawberry and rhubarb profiteroles. Both of them look absolutely amazing. We're gonna enjoy these and I think head back to the room and cuddle up by the fireplace and call it a night. After a couple of peaceful days at Estérel, it was time to pack up and head to our next stop, Sentier de Cimes. We'd heard the views from the treetop walk were incredible, and we couldn't wait to see them, especially with the fall foliage. This is the treetop walk, and it's so beautiful. We're already seeing amazing fall foliage, even just on the drive in.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. And then when they talk about the treetop walk, okay, we're gonna have to climb a bunch of stairs, but they also have an elevator available.
They've made it super accessible for everyone. It's a nice boardwalk here, and it ends in this incredible, I think nearly 40-meter tall tower, and that's where we're heading now. Sentier de Cimes is more than just a treetop walk. It's a multi-season experience that changes with the time of the year. In the summer, they host everything from circus shows to nature events. And in the fall, it's all about the views. And as we started climbing the spiral tower, there was just one thing on Danny's mind.
I'm wondering when my fear of heights is gonna kick in.
I'm thinking about 2 more floors. Turns out I was pretty spot on with my estimate, but that didn't stop Danny from soaking up the views or stepping out onto the tower's most daring feature, the trampoline net suspended high above the ground. It took some courage, but he made it across and got a wild new perspective looking straight down the middle of the tower. After celebrating that victory, we slowed things down to take in the panoramic views from every angle: golden forests, distant lakes, and layer after layer of autumn color. On our way down, we checked out some of the treetop walk's other features, like a quiet birdwatching deck and a massive slide that, let's be honest, I couldn't resist.
All right, here we go.
Have a nice one.
Thank you. Woo!
Also on property is Gourmet Sauvage, a shop and foraging experience that celebrates edible wild plants. Ariane, the owner, gave us a quick tour, sharing what each plant is and the unique flavors it brings to the table.
So you see how sour it is? It's like our wild lemon. We're still experimenting, discovering, writing books about it. It's the fruit, it's called rosehip. You take off the little seeds and you can eat the flesh. It's the only plant, the only coniferous that actually has a warning.
After the foraging walk, Ariane brought us inside for some tastings, and everything was so flavorful and unique.
And that's from the tree?
Yeah, that's from the tree.
Gourmet Sauvage offers a little bit of everything: jams, mustards, soaps, even books and workshops for those wanting to learn more. Run with so much passion and truly one of those hidden gems you can't miss if you're visiting this region. There's also an on-site cafe where you can try their products in action, from sandwiches and baked goods to smoothies made with wild ingredients. We grabbed a couple for the road before heading to our next stay, Mont Tremblant.
We just arrived at our second and final stay of our 4-day Canadian getaway, and this looks amazing. We were told that we were staying in the Deluxe Dome 3, which happens to be at the end of their cul-de-sac.
Look at this
Oh
deck.
my goodness.
Oh my god. Oh
Okay.
my gosh. Okay, this is
Before we
just a
get in.
sneak peek because we have to go get ready for dinner.
Yeah,
But we're gonna
so-
give you a full room tour later.
Tonight we had dinner at one of the restaurants on the property, Eki Sushi, and we loved everything about it. From the warm ambiance and attentive service to the beautifully prepared dishes, every course was a hit. The sushi platter especially was a showstopper, fresh, flavorful, and gorgeously plated. It's no surprise they've earned awards. This place is the real deal. And after some mochi ice cream for dessert, we made our way back to our dome and called it a night. Good morning. We had such a peaceful start to our day, and we have a lot of fun adventures planned. But first, as promised, we wanted to give you a tour of our incredible dome. One of the main features, of course, is being able to see out and just stare into the fall foliage. It makes the whole experience just nice and cozy. And we have a huge, big bed in here, which is right next to my favorite feature always, the fireplace to stay nice and warm. And then if you come over here, a nice couch where we had our coffee this morning, a nice tub, but there's another tub, which I'll show you in just a second, seating area, and then I'll take you through some of the inner workings of the dome. We have, of course, a shower, which is really nice and hot, a his and hers sink, and I love that the toilet is separate from everything else. Plenty of storage space, which you can see that we are taking full use of. And then if you come this way, there is also a closet, but we didn't get too far in terms of unpacking yet, but there is tons of space to hang your clothes, store your suitcases, and all of that. And did I mention the giant window? I think it's really nice that they also have a seating area here where you can eat after, if you wanted to, preparing your meal in the kitchenette. Mini fridge, microwave, hot plate.
Espresso machine.
Danny's favorite, staying caffeinated for today. But some of the best features about this dome are actually outside. First good thing to probably mention is that it is accessed with a keypad instead of a room key, so it's really convenient. You never have to worry about locking yourself out. unless you forget the code. It also comes with this massive patio space. There's actually even a barbecue grill, sun chairs, tables, but of course our favorite features are just over here. We have our own hot tub and sauna, which should be nice and toasty at this point because we turned it on this morning. Ooh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. But first, we're gonna hit the hot tub before we start today's adventures. We started the day with breakfast at the hotel in their own dome restaurant. Good coffee, a tasty eggs benedict for Danny, and a maple pecan French toast for me. Then we took the short drive over to Domaine Saint-Bernard to meet up with our guide Alexis from Detour. Our adventure kicked off with a peaceful hike around the lake, where Alexis came prepared so we could feed the birds by hand. This was Danny's dream come true. Watching him live out his full Disney princess moment with birds landing gently all over him was one of the best parts of my day. After we finished our loop around the lake with a few more stops to take in the beautiful scenery, and then made our way over to another section of the park. So we're on the other side of the park now, and it's a totally different vibe than the lake path, but it's really beautiful. There's some boardwalk areas here. I think different trees, it smells different, it feels different. It's so pretty. We're really enjoying just a nice, peaceful morning. Really relaxed, great way to start the day. Highly recommend this. Everything was going smoothly, and we found even more birds to befriend, but we also caught someone else's eye.
Oh, now there's a squirrel wanting in on it. He looks like he wants to.
He looks like he's about to pounce, Danny.
He's creepy.
I'm not feeling super comfortable. Oh no, now he's got the higher ground. Time to get moving, baby.
Time to get moving.
At least you can always count on me for some comic relief. We made our way back to the car with one more run-in with the squirrel. Then had a quick lunch and set off for our next stop, Tremblant. We've made our way over to Tremblant, and we are already in love with this place. The pedestrian village is so cute, and now we're in the panoramic gondola on our way to the summit. The views are incredible, the fall foliage is near peak, the colors are popping, and we have a full afternoon and evening planned here. So we are so excited to explore. The gondola ride takes about 10 minutes and offers stunning views all around. Once we reached the top, we stopped at a few scenic overlooks to take in the incredible fall foliage and wave to the brave zipliners flying by overhead. There are several different hiking paths to explore, and we followed the one that leads to the observation tower. And just when we thought the views couldn't get any better, well, they did. From up there, you could see everything. It was absolutely worth the trip to the top.
This has been a really relaxing gondola ride up top of the mountain, some light hiking around. It really makes me look forward to the day that I get to ski up here because they look like they have tremendous amounts of runs, but for the fall, great hiking. There's just so many activities up here, and now we are going to go get ready for dinner in the town at the bottom of the mountain.
At least that was the plan, but we managed to squeeze in one more activity before dinner. I'm so glad we didn't skip the mountain luge. It was really fun. And then afterwards, we slowed things down with a stroll through the pedestrian village, which is packed with charming shops, cafes, and restaurants around every corner. Tonight's dining experience is different than anything we've had before. They just brought out the raclette, and the cheese actually comes from France. So it's going to be super special. We've gotten our instructions, and we have a whole spread here, complete with meats and vegetables, boiled potatoes, anything that you could think of. This is going to be so good. We had plate after plate of raclette, feeling more and more like we were dining in the Alps with every bite. After one of our favorite meals of the trip, we made our way back to the chairlift for one final adventure. Tonga Lumina, a nighttime forest experience that blends light, sound, and storytelling into something truly magical. I love that they've already immersed us in this experience. Just having the different sounds, even on the lift, having it in this light. This is so cool. Tonga Lumina is more than just an illuminated trail. It's an immersive story that invites you to slow down, listen, and reflect. Along the glowing path, you'll follow the legend of a giant who has awakened to remind us of our connection to the natural world. The message is clear. If we disrespect the mountain, its power will respond. But if we honor it, there's wisdom and wonder to be found. After a week of exploring the beauty of the Laurentians, it felt like the perfect way to end, under the stars, reminded of what really matters. Well, we started this cozy getaway in a hot tub. It only seems fitting that we would end it in one as well.
We've absolutely enjoyed our time here in the Laurentian region. There's so many experiences to be had, places to eat, and accommodations to stay at.
So be sure to like and subscribe for more outdoor travel experiences.